I'm Anita Lafferty, the Marketing Director for AMM Collision Center, and I'm here with John Caldwell, partner with AMM Collision Center, to talk about paint. Thanks for coming, John.
Good morning, Anita.
Awesome. So what is one of the biggest concerns that customers ask you about with paint?
Well, the first question that comes to mind is something that I've heard many times over the last 22 years or so that I've been doing this, that if you didn't work in this industry and didn't do this every day, you might not ever cross your mind, but a common question is, are you going to use factory paint on my car? And it's a valid question, but it turns out that the factories don't actually make paint. So we can't call Ford and tell them, send us a gallon of your paint. It doesn't happen. Ford doesn't make paint, Chevy doesn't make paint. All of us, including the dealers, have to go outside to an aftermarket supplier and call a company to deliver the product to us. So I can't call Ford and have them send me paint.
Yeah, so no OEM paint, it's all aftermarket.
That is correct.
What's the next biggest question that you get from customers about paint?
We are often asked from a place of concern, is my color going to match? We are aware that is the biggest, one of the biggest concerns someone has when they come into the body shop to have work done. So the answer to the question is yes, but there's several steps involved to get the color to match. The first part of it is the matching process is computerized. So we take the color code off of your car, we plug it into our computer system, which generates a formula to match your original paint. So one of the challenges we run into is, let's say we match your original paint. Well, your car is 8 years old. It's been in the Texas sun all this time.
Yeah.
It's slightly different than it was the day you bought it, right? So now comes the finesse part of it, where it requires a process called tinting, where we do some test spray outs. We'll actually spray a test panel on a little card to be able to compare it to the original paint that's on your car. Say, yes, we're there. No, we need it a little lighter, a little darker, whatever steps it might take to get it where you cannot tell the old and the new. In addition to that, sometimes we have to do something called a blend panel, where let's say you only needed a door, but in order to make sure that your door doesn't appear as the only new thing on your car, we might need to blend a little paint into, say, the fender or something like that, so that you can't tell where the stop and start point are. So those are just some of the tricks in the business.
That makes sense. That seems like a lot of work, but
there's a lot more that goes into it than you might think, yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, John, for talking to us today.
Glad to do it.
AMM Collision, our reputation is no accident.